Hello, my stamping friends. This is Renae Novak at BlessedByCards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and I'm here today to share with you 2 cards that I created using Seize the Day bundle. Now, the first card is just with the stamped images, and the second one is using the dies. So let me share with you the supplies you're going to need for this card that we're going to create. This is the one we're creating, and I'm going to share with you the dies from that Seize the Day bundle. So the first thing you're going to need is a piece of Pacific Point blue cardstock. That's the color I chose. You can choose a color of your choice. And then we're going to get a panel that measures 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to do some sponging and some stamping on that to create a card. Now, all the measurements and the supplies will be on my blog at BlessedByCards.com. But this Seize by the Day really is a sweet stamp set. Let me just share with you some of the pieces that you can use. You can cut out the little fishies, and they go both ways. There's a little sprig of green and a smaller little seaweed that you can cut out. There are some bubbles if you want to make bubbles. And then, of course, there's the very big piece that we'll cut out the framelit of the card, and I have a card that I'll share with you at the end that uses this frame. And then we have the jellyfish, we have the octopus, and I have all of those for you. Here is the octopus, and he was cut out of the framelit. And then there's the starfish. And here's the jellyfish and the crab. Now, this jellyfish I stamped twice, once in purple and once in the Calypso coral to try to get a true-looking jellyfish. But these are all the framelits. There's 10 different framelits that come with this bundle. It's a really sweet bundle. So the card today that I'm going to create with you, I created without using the bundle, and then I'll share a card at the end that I used the bundle pieces with. So let me just pick these all up, and then we can get started with our card. So in addition to your Pacific Point card base, you're going to need a piece of white that measures 4 by 5 1/4. And I've gone ahead and done some sponging on here. I created an ocean and a sand scene. I used the Sahara sand and the cinnamon cider, and then I used the Pacific blue for the ocean. All of the measurements and all of the supplies for this project will be on my blog at BlessedByCards.com. So let's get started with creating this very simple card. I'm going to bring in the cinnamon cider, and I'm going to sauce up my starfish. I'm going to stamp him straight down there. And then I'm going to bring in my Calypso coral, and I am going to sauce up my crab and my fish. And then we're just going to stamp both of those down. And I'm going to get that little crabby a little darker because he's in the sand. And that, again, is the beauty of our Stamparatus, that you can get it nice and dark. So now I'm going to bring in my Memento Black ink. And I am going to sauce up for our greeting. And we're going to just stamp that straight down, wishing you oceans of happiness. And this is how quickly our card has come together. Now, there also is a stamp of this really fun bubbles, and so I'm going to bring in some basic gray, and I think we'll stamp up a few bubbles coming from our little fish. So isn't that sweet? I love it. It's so stinking cute. And so now I think I'm going to bring in the little seaweed, and I'm going to grab some mossy meadow. And we're just going to sauce up that seaweed. And I think we should put that right alongside here. Oh, cute. Very, very cute. I love it. Okay, so that is how easy this Seize the Day stamp set creates a card. And now we're going to mount that we just created on top of our Pacific Blue. Stinking cute. So I'm just going to grab my snail and add that down. And if you wanted to embellish with any of the other pieces from the bundle, you can certainly add some of the greenery. But I thought it would be fun just to create a card that you didn't have to have the bundle if you decided you did not want the bundle. But the bundle is stinking cute, and you can embellish it however you want. So that is a simple card using just the stamps in the Seize the Day. Let me bring in my card that I stepped up and used the bundle. And so you can tell that this is that big piece that cuts out, and that framelit cut out the entire border. And then what's cool about the little bubbles, we have extra bubbles in those frames, and then you can use those to cut out more bubbles if you want. But again, this is really fun, the octopus and the little crab peeking out. Now I stamped the mossy meadow greenery directly to the card, and I used the Gentle Waves background stamp for this one. So that is another stamp that goes super well with this Seize the Day. So this is our stepped up version using all of the dies in the framelit, and this is our simple version with just using the stamped images. And again, that's Seize the Day bundle. So that is our Make It Monday tutorial. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up. Be sure to share with your friends. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos. If you need any supplies, hop on over to my blog at BlessedByCards.com. And until next time, be blessed.